Hello, my friends. So, if today's date, August the 24th, is your birth date, this is a reading for you for this year. This is a four-card pull, a general energy card for the year, a challenge you might face this year, an action you can take to stay in balance, and an outcome or a synopsis card. So, what is the general energy card for this year for August the 24th? Thanatos is the card, and this is a very profound card as human beings goes, because this is the touching of death, the touching of losing something uh, very close to one. Maybe it's the death of a person, maybe it's the death of an idea, maybe it's the death of a relationship, maybe it's the death of abilities, maybe it's the death of anything that we hold dear and sacred to us. And when we face that death of something dear and sacred to us, we must we must go to that other world at the same time and feel the tremendous loss and feel the tremendous grief and feel the tremendous love and compassion that we hold for what we have lost and who we have lost and how it might have occurred. Thanatos, once it touches us, we become a special kind of energy. We look through eyes that are different. We look through eyes that are wider and more understanding and more compassionate and more willing to dance lighter in the world and to dance with purpose in the world. This is a changing time for you. This is a time of facing something very difficult to lose for you. And it is up to you to go into it with great love and compassion for yourself and willingness to surrender because you cannot change the outcome, the willingness to um, love yourself even though you might have very difficult feelings, even to love someone else because you might feel abandoned by them or abandoned by some concept that you hold dear to you. It doesn't have to be about a person or an animal or it could be a business again or a love or just a thought that has held you for a long time that no longer serves you. And that comes to this. This is your challenge this year, King of Swords. This is about the mind. This is about your communication. This is about your deep belief systems. The king has gone through a great deal of learning and understanding. Swords are about the mind, how one uses one mind, how one builds up one's um, strength of mind and capacities, how one's become a Solomon, a judge that is wise and fair and honorable, how one becomes a king of one's province. Maybe, this states is a statement about who you are in your field of study. Maybe this is a statement about who you are as some kind of exemplar of wisdom. Well, the challenge for you this year is to let go of something, I think, in your mind that was very dear and important and truthful to you at the time, but you're afraid to let go of it. Your challenge is in letting go of something that has directed you for a very long time, guided you for a very long time. But it's time for you to shift into something that feels truer to you, something that feels deeper connected to the truth, the honest truth, the sacred truth, the truth of death, the truth of understanding of death, and the depth that has to come with that touching of death and that letting go of something that was important to you is a profound place of sadness. It leaves an ash upon your heart that uh, gives you a special place in this world, and there's not enough people who understand this to the greatest depth that it can be understood. This is the marker of someone touched by something very vital and valuable in one's understanding. So your challenge is to be willing to let something go, to let some thought go, some pattern go, some study go, some place of power go that has kept you going, informed you, pushed you, maybe even driven you to be who you are today. But on some level, it's changing and it no longer works for you, and it has to uh, bring you through the portals to another place of wisdom and drive and passion and truth. And so What is the action you can take as you face this death of something on a mind level that talks to you and that has led you and now no longer can lead you? Well, it's the porcupine. And I think the porcupine talks about several different things. Porcupine is a very vulnerable creature, and it knows when it can show its belly and be vulnerable, but it also knows when it can hold up its quills and protect itself and hold things that might bother it or hurt it away from itself. So I think this talks to you, King of Swords, in your challenge to be vulnerable. You can be vulnerable, you can be open, you can let your grief fly, you can let your anger out in ways that are easy and understandable and compassionate. You can let your soul be bared and know that if someone wants to hurt you in that bare space, well, you have the capabilities and the capacities to take care of yourself. You have the needles to poke someone with if they get overbearing to you, and if they step out of line with you, and if they don't give you the place and the compassion and the space for you to become new in yourself and to become true to yourself, then you can use your quills to protect yourself. The other side of that is maybe you don't have to use your quills. Maybe you can just be belly up in this and let your emotions come through you, because that, with Thanatos, that is the way through. You have to let your emotions open. You have to let your love and your compassion open. You can't hide away from something that doesn't work any longer and still feel in love with yourself, because you're not honoring yourself and you're not honoring the depth of evolution that you need to undergo. So this is a great space of being a strong warrior, a warrior who knows how to take care of themselves, but also one that knows how to be vulnerable, and one that knows how to be playful, and one that knows how to open their belly and honor their family and bring everyone into the fold to hear and understand on a deep level what is happening with you. Don't be afraid of sharing. Don't be afraid of honoring what you're going through. This is something that is profound for you. And what does it call you to do? It calls you to I think, open to the heart of your better angel, to see others as going through this same pain. Maybe you're going to help other people. Maybe you're going to be a midwife for those people who need to cross over. Maybe you're going to be, someone who helps people to move through shadow and release and pain when something dies, when someone dies, when something dies, when some attitude needs to die, when some understanding that no longer serves one needs to die. You have to come to it with compassion for yourself, and the compassion that you learn for yourself, the ashes that are left on your heart from the fiery loss of what you experience, is the thing that touches you as a sacred level, on a sacred level. And you can use those ashes to inflame yourself, to impassion yourself, to move into a different form of wisdom, to move into a different form of union and communion with yourself and others, and to bring your great wisdom that you've learned as the King of Swords, to bring it to a higher level, even one that's full of really clear compassion and really clear understanding and really clear heart-centered feeling that is ultimately the best judge for us in this human form. If we need to judge, we just need to be clear and accurate and honoring of everybody's situation to be a fair judge. And if you're being led to become a fair judge for yourself and for others, then just opening your heart is really the only thing that you can do, because it is in the heart where the greatest levels of fairness and compassion and judgment lie. So opening your heart, riding through the death of something that was important to you, is important to you, but needs to change to you, letting go of something and becoming something newer and truer and more divine in your own presence, may lead you to be a king in another realm, may lead you to be a divine healer. The other thing you can think about with porcupines is acupuncture. Alternative medicines, acupuncture comes out very strongly with porcupine needles. Maybe you need some acupuncture yourself to get through things, or some other alternative healing methods. Maybe this is where you are learning what your next step is going to be. Maybe you're going to become someone who is a medicine giver and carries your own sense of medicine bundle and offers yourself up in the wisest way you can to all people who are in need of service and all people who are in need of an understanding of transition, transformation, and transmutation of poisons. So blessed be to your very challenging but very fulfilling year this year, and you're going to come out on the other side of this with a very blazing heart, full of love, full of passion, full of direction, and full of clarity about who you really are and what's really important to you. Ahoma Takuya.